Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my top 10 best games that I love from 2014. Now before I start, these are all games that I've actually played. That means games such as Dragon Age, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Mario Kart 8, Dark Souls 2, and Bayonetta 2 won't be making this list. Also, this list will not include things such as DLC or game demos. That's right, I'm talking about you, PT. And with that, let's get this video underway. Number 10 is the game called Towerfall Ascension. Towerfall Ascension is what multiplayer is all about. A cool combination of Super Smash Bros. And Bomberman depicts an intense volley of dynamic arrow action. This is a game that truly deserves its spot as one of the craziest and most fun multiplayer experiences of 2014. Number 9 is The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is exactly what I look for in any rogue-type game. And although it may be considered a quote-unquote remake, it truly feels like a sequel to the original game, with thousands upon thousands of content added, large dynamic rooms, and tons of epic bosses to fight. You can lose yourself for hours inside of this game.
It is said that wars are only won upon the anvil of honor.
Others believe victory requires strategy and a mastery of power.
War is deception. A game played best from the shadows.
Only strength and raw power can assure total dominance.
But of course, you could forget all that and just have fun! Hearthstone! Heroes of Warcraft.
In the number 8 slot goes Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. Card games have always been my guilty pleasure, ever since the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Color. The strategy and simple collecting of the cards make games like these feel truly rewarding. Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft is no different in this regard, and has kept me coming back ever since my first moments playing the game. Octodad Dadliest Catch is by far one of the most ridiculous games I have ever played, and man is that saying a lot. Not only is the storyline way out there, but the controls are beyond normal. With the crazy wacky gameplay and storyline, along with some hilarious jokes, I simply couldn't stop laughing. Games used to be mostly comedy, so it's nice to see a game that brings that all back. The number 6 game goes to Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight feels like an instant classic when played. The controls are near perfect, and the secrets truly feel like they are worth getting. From every single gem you collect, you feel as though progress is being made. And with tons of ultimate unlockables such as armor and abilities, this game can take up a serious amount of your time. Coming in on the halfway point, we have Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Super Smash Bros. Has always been a favorite of mine, but the Wii U version takes the cake. Not only can you have a huge battle amongst 8 players, but you can do it on some of the largest stages imaginable. Also, the extra mode of Smash Tour has now become one of my new guilty pleasures. Most people don't like it, but I find it oddly addictive. Number 4, The Legend of Grimrock 2. For the longest time, I felt like games of this genre had ceased to exist. From an RPG to a point-and-click adventure, this game has it all. I was originally expecting another simple dungeon crawler, like the first one, but this was surprising beyond belief. There are huge areas to explore both underground and on the surface, and every time that you find something useful, such as a weapon, you immediately feel satisfaction in what you've achieved. This is by far one of the most satisfying games that I have ever played. Now entering the top 3, we have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I have always been a sucker for Nintendo, and I've always loved the Donkey Kong Country series. However, in recent years, I had given up on getting a true Donkey Kong Country experience. Until now. This game feels exactly how Donkey Kong Country was meant to be. With perfect controls, epic minecart rides, and bosses to boot, this game will clearly keep you entertained for an insanely long time.
What is this place? Am I dead?
Father, look at me. I'm right here, son. I'm right here.
How is this possible?
You are banished from death.
You're it.
We'll be together, my love. Soon. Forever.
We will be together again soon, my love. What has happened to me?
The curse has bound us together.
And how do we break it?
We find the one who cast it on us.
I had a family once. A wife. And a son. And I buried them along with everyone I ever knew.
The number 2 slot goes to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Man, was I blown away by this game. At first I was like, oh great, another Lord of the Rings game. Sure hope it's not as bad as the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring game. And to my surprise, it wasn't even in the same ballpark. With the countless amounts of orcs to slaughter, along with some epic boss fights, you will always find something fun and epic to do in this game. Not to mention, this game has some of the coolest command chains that I have ever seen. Some commanding orcs will fight each other in order to gain power. With others, you will actually team up with and help them move up the chain. It's a very interesting look as to how Mordor is run from the inside. And as far as I've played, this is one of the most expansive games that I have ever seen. And the #1 game on my list is Alien Isolation. I'm not going to lie, the top 3 in this list were near impossible to place. Part of me really wanted to split them all up into a 3-way tie, but I decided that for the sake of this video, one of them had to stand above all others. So out of all this, I decided to choose Alien Isolation. I chose the game that gave me the most feels out of all of them, and this has the most feels. Not only was this game insanely nostalgic towards all of the Alien movies, but it was also one of the scariest games I have ever played in my entire life. At first I was wondering if I would even see the alien. It felt a bit slow, and eventually I began running along in the game as if nothing bad was going to happen. I started to feel a false sense of security, and right at that moment, the alien appeared. The scariest, most random enemy I have ever seen in a game had come to life. From its breathing, walking cycle, running cycle, stomping, and crawling, I truly felt that I was being hunted by a deadly beast. The alien didn't feel like some predictably programmed AI, but an actual living creature, smelling me out as I hid underneath some desks. This is by far one of the best horror games that I have ever played, and I recommend it to anyone who has never played it before.